What's up, furniture nerds? My name is Kim. I'm with Lolco, and I teach upholstery and furniture restoration from my design studio here in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And I just realized when I was working on my website today that there was a part of my website that I forgot existed, which is called Ask Me Anything. And it's something that I forgot to put back in the links so that you guys can use it, but somehow people have been finding it and submitting questions. So I'm going to start using the Ask Me Anything page again so that you guys can submit questions, and then every day I'm going to try to answer one of those questions. I'm also going to post the answer to that on a blog post so that you have that information there. You can go back to it, but I'm going to make a video as well so that I can show you demonstrations and try and answer the question as clearly as possible. So the question I have to answer today was at the top of my list on my website, and it is, I'm thinking of purchasing this vintage sewing stool for my first class project, but now I'm second guessing it. The lower part of the stool is hard for me to picture how I would be able to replace the vinyl with fabric. Is this too advanced of a choice for a beginner? This is the stool in question. This project in and of itself is not a complicated project, but if you've never done upholstery before, anything is going to seem foreign and hard to you. I don't think there's any one project that I wouldn't recommend for someone to do their first project, because if you don't know anything about upholstery, all of it is going to seem hard to you. This project in particular is actually fairly easy. This is what we call a wrap and staple project. It's pretty basic as wrapping and stapling something with very little sewing involved. The reason why you can't wrap your head around how it gets put together is because you can't see the work. And so that happens when you start to strip it apart. When you're here in class, the first thing I have you do is take pictures and video of your project. One, as it's put together, and two, while you're taking it apart. I taught myself how to do upholstery and furniture restoration through reverse engineering, and that's because I took pictures and video of every step of the process as I was working on it so that I had reference of how to put it back together. You don't have to put it back together in the way that you took it apart, but when you're learning, it's easy to go back to those photos or video for reference to figure out what it is that you need to do. When you're here in class, I walk you through every step of the way, through the photography and video making, through the stripping, through the pattern making, and putting everything back together. The first thing that you're going to want to do with a project like this is start to strip it down while you're taking pictures, and that's usually done in the opposite direction of when it's put together. So you're going to start from the bottom and work your way up. Here in the studio, we have all the tools and all the materials, fabric, everything on hand for you to use. If you're joining me from home over Zoom, I'm still going to walk you through every single step of the process, just as you were right here in the class with me. So if you're waiting to get started on class because you're nervous about how hard a first project would be, something like this actually isn't very difficult. So I would say go for it, give it a try.